This is the part 3 video of the urea cycle disorders. In part 1 and part 2 I have already discussed about the urea cycle, its steps, its cycles, energetics, regulations and the integration between the urea cycle and the TCA cycle. I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation for you so that you can understand in a better way. Now, what is the main function of urea cycle? The main function of the urea cycle is to remove the toxic ammonia from blood as a urea. As we have discussed in the first step of urea cycle, that ammonium ion condenses with the carbon dioxide and form the carbamyl phosphate, then arginosuccinate, then citrulline, arginosuccinate, argine and the liberate urea and then final ornithine. So the main function of urea cycle is to remove the toxic ammonia from blood as the urea. If there is any defect in the metabolism of the conversion of the ammonia to urea, then the urea cycle leads to hyperammonemia. And in our body, the normal range of ammonia should be 15 to 45 microgram per deciliter. Now, clinical symptoms with the defect in the urea enzyme includes the vomiting, lethargy, irritability, ataxia and the mental retardation. If ammonia when the accumulate in body then results in the blurring of vision and the slurring of speech and cause tremors. This is the whole I have concluded in one slide, but before this we have to discuss in detail. Disorders. First disorder is the hyperammonemia type 1. Hyperammonemia type 1, in this disease the deficiency of the enzyme involved is the carbamyl phosphate synthase 1. Carbamyl phosphate synthase, what is the function of carbamyl phosphate synthase 1? CPS1 catalyzes the condensation of the CO2 plus ammonium ion and form the carbamyl phosphate. If there is defect in the enzyme carbamyl phosphate synthase 1, then there is a accumulation of the blood ammonia, and if blood ammonia is accumulated in body, then the blurring of vision and slurring of speech, mental retardation, tremors occur. Then the characteristic is high elevated blood ammonia and the mental retardation. Second disorder is the hyperammonemia type 2. In this, enzyme involved is the ornithine transcarbamylase. Characteristics involved is the increased ammonia and the glutamine in the blood and urine. Now, citrullinemia. Citrullinemia enzyme deficiency is arginosuccinate synthase. If arginosuccinate synthase enzyme is deficiency, then there is no formation of arginosuccinate, and overall the main reason is the main characteristic is the high blood concentration of ammonia and citrulline. Disorder number 4, arginosuccinic acid urea. In this, enzyme involved is arginosuccinase. If there is defect in arginosuccinase, then arginosuccinate will not split into the arginine and fumarate. Then there is a characteristic is high arginosuccinate in blood and urine. Fifth is hyperarginemia. Fifth disorder is hyperarginemia. Hyperarginemia में enzyme involved is arginase. If there is arginase में defect आ जाएगा, then its characteristic in hyperarginemia is high arginine in blood, accumulation of CSF fluid in brain and urine. There is one more syndrome, that is HHH syndrome. Before going on HHH syndrome, we have to see that slide. Urea cycle disorder. First disorder we have discussed, that is hyperammonemia type 1. Hyperammonemia type 1, there is defect in the enzyme CPS synthase 1. There is no formation of carbamyl phosphate, then accumulation of ammonium ion. Second is hyperammonemia type 2. Hyperammonemia type 2 में there is a deficiency, there is a defect in the enzyme ornithine transcarbamylase, and there is no formation of citrulline from the ornithine, and again ammonia accumulation occurs. Third, we have discussed about the citrullinemia. There is the defect in the enzyme arginosuccinate synthase. Arginosuccinate synthase में defect आएगा, then there is a no formation of arginosuccinate. Fourth, we have discussed that the arginosuccinic aciduria. In this, there is a defect in the enzyme arginosuccinate lyase. Fifth, we have discussed that hyperarginemia. In this defect is the arginine and there is finally no liberation of urea. Now, one more disorders we have to discuss about that HHH syndrome. Please look at that slide. Or HHH syndrome, that is known as the ornithine translocase deficiency. As I have already discussed in the part 1 video that ornithine, which is finally formed in the cytosol, it have to be transferred to mitochondria for the further reaction, so that there is a transporter system is required, that is ornithine translocase. If there is a deficiency in ornithine translocase system, then there is no transport of ornithine from the cytosol to mitochondria, and there is a syndrome occurs. Syndrome means group of symptoms of disease, not single disease. Syndrome refers to group of disease, that is known as HHH syndrome. HHH syndrome, the full form refers to hyperornithinemia, hyperammonemia, hypercitrullinemia syndrome. In this syndrome, ornithine level increases, ammonia level increases, and the homocitrulline level increases. If there is defect in ornithine translocase and result in the diminished ornithine transport into the mitochondria, with the ornithine accumulation in cytoplasm and causing the impaired ureagenesis. This is, you can see that this is HHH syndrome. There is a defect in ornithine transporter protein. Thanks. If you like that, please subscribe.